Hello, this is Regina Kachkoff-Enk with an instructional video for Access Project 3B. This week I'm updating the Pine Hill database. The focus of this week's project is creating queries. First, I updated the teacher table by finding the teacher ID 55-5310 and replacing the degree and hire date with new information. I did this by going to Find and typing in what I want to find. And there we have it right over here. So we're going to go ahead and cancel this. So I went ahead and I updated the information that I needed updated. Oops. And then I saved and closed the table. Now next we went into the student table, and here we did the same thing. We found a student ID, which is no longer here, but we went about it by the same method. And what we did first was we deleted the related record for the subdata sheet for this student. And if you want to know what that is, all you have to do is click on one of these plus signs, and there's a subdata sheet. So we deleted that portion for the student, and then we deleted the student ID altogether. We deleted the student record, and we saved and closed the student table. Then we went ahead and we started creating our queries. And to do this, we go into Create, Query Design, and now you can choose what tables you want to draw from. So for this first one, we drew from the student table. So we double click here. Oops. Now we've got one too many. That's okay, because we're going to click out of this anyway. But to show you what we did, we expanded this so that we could see everything, and then we chose what we needed for this student, from this student table. So to show you what we ended up with, I can show you the student phone list. So here we have everyone's information all in a row. So it's last name, first name, mobile phone. And we also went ahead and changed the second record, Andrea Barrow. We had to change the phone number for her, so we updated that. And then we went ahead and ran the query and saved it and closed it. Okay, and then we went ahead and created another query. We went about this in pretty much the same manner, except this time we chose from two tables. We chose from the teacher table and also from the contract table. And I can show you what we ended up with here. This was called Lessons by Teacher. So here we have it: last name, student ID, contract end date, lesson type, lesson length, and lesson monthly cost. So now that we had this one already and we ran it and we saved it, what we did after this was we went to a backstage view and we went to Save As. Save Object As, and then Save As. And here's where we changed the name to Current Lessons. Since we already have this done, we're going to go ahead and cancel this, go back, close this table, and open up our current lessons. And then we went into View, and as you can see, we adjusted this so that we could see only the lessons that were on or after 7/1/2013, as you can see here. Then we ran this one and closed it as well. And we did the same thing again, and we went and created another query by going into the backstage view and saving as. We created the current guitar lessons. And here, if we go into our alternate view, we can see that we did the same thing with the date, but this time we also excluded the lesson type field value. So we went ahead and ran this. Oops. And now that we had run it, we also wanted to go ahead and give it some color, so we banded it and the color that I used was down here. In the standard colors, purple 4. Originally we were asked to use a themed color, but this one doesn't exist in my version of Access, so I went ahead and did purple because it had a nice contrast. We also went ahead and created a total down here, and we did this by going over here and clicking on totals, and that made this total pop up over here. And over here we did a sum, and so now we have the sum of all the lesson monthly costs being $5,880. And we went ahead and we also resized the font to 12 and resized all of the columns to show all of the data involved. Then I saved and closed this query. And lastly, I went ahead and I compacted and repaired, and then I closed my table. And that's all for now. See you next time.